Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I want to share with you the new Glimmer of the Month kit from Spellbinders. It's called Glimmering Woods. Okay, so we've got the Glimmering Autumn Woods Glimmer of the Month set for October. We've got some real nice foilables, which is a nice mushroom, some leaves, an acorn, and the dies to cut them out. Also, and I forgot to glimmer any of these, we've also got a little flower with the die to go along with that. So we've got a lot of things that can make a nice, I don't know, an autumny feeling background. And this is a lot of fun to work with. We also have one glimmer sentiment, and this one says, "Thankful for you." For this card, I thought it would be really cool to cut out all of those cute images out of some ink smooshed paper in some fall colors. So I'm using some Distress Oxide inks and just mashing those down on the silicone mat that comes with my tonic glass mat. I'm using Shabby Shutters, Fossilized Amber, Spiced Marmalade, and Fired Brick. Thought those were some pretty nice little autumn colors, and I'm just smushing that into a scrap of cardstock. Now it probably would look better if I were to use watercolor paper, but I figured this was going to be okay since I'm just going to be cutting these out. I do get a lot of splotchiness and the paper does warp a bit. That just means I have to let it dry before I can glimmer and cut those out. Now that everything's dry, I'm going to go ahead and add some foil. I cut one of the pieces small enough for just a few of those little glimmer plates, and I used some mint tape on the back to hold them in place. Now I'm going to cut a piece of foil that's going to fit perfectly for that. Now what's really cool is this glimmer set also comes with a roll of foil, and this time they've given it to us in copper. I laid some of that foil out on my quick trimmer. Now this little tool, it actually is working much better than I expected it to. I expected it to do well, but I didn't realize how much faster cutting foil was going to be. If you've watched some of my older videos, you see that I usually have a lot of trouble getting that foil to cut straight and actually hold onto the foil. My foil press platform is pretty much heated up, so I'm going ahead and putting the foil plates down and then covering those with that foil and my cardstock. You want to make sure that the pretty side faces the plates, otherwise you're going to add foil to the top of those instead of your cardstock. Ask me how I know. No worries, this time these came out perfect. Next I'm going to run these through my Gemini Junior with the coordinating dies to cut out those shapes. With all of the pieces cut out, and I went ahead and arranged them on the card where I want them to go. And I'm using a piece of press and seal to kind of hold the place. I don't want to forget where it was that I positioned them the first time. To add a little dimension, I'm taking some foam tape and I'm going to just add that to the back of some of these little items that are going to go on my card. It's actually going to be overlapping multiples, so the foam adhesive is going to hold those together so that they stay in place. So now I'm going to just position that whole panel over my cardstock and just press down the parts that I want to go on first. I want that sentiment to go on straight. This is a sentiment that I stamped out using the new Clear Stamp of the Month set. I heat embossed it in black and then just fussy cut it to give it a little bit of a shadow layer. I'm also adding foam tape to the back of it that I had double layered so that it's going to pop a little bit higher than my leaves and acorn before I place that down. I picked up the press and seal and I'm trying to position everything right where I want it to get that sentiment straight. Then I decided, I can't do this right, so instead I'm using a creative corner to line it up so it's going to be square with the edge of my cardstock. Now you could use a T-square for this. This was just handy and sitting on the side of my desk, and it worked just fine. I'm able to get my sentiment pretty much straight. I needed one small sentiment to add to this, so I'm taking another one of those pieces of paper that I did all the ink smooshing on, and I stamped out heartfelt thoughts on that one. It's still from that same stamp set. I heat embossed that in black as well. Now I'm just cutting out a little thin sentiment strip from that piece, and I'm going to add that to the front of my card. I decided that I needed a little bit more on the front of this card, so I grabbed out some liquid pearls. It's the only one that I had in the color that was close enough to the brass, and I just added a few little dots on there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope my card inspires you to create some awesome projects, and I would love to see what you create. So come join us in my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. There's a link in the description box below. Here are some other videos that I know you'll enjoy. Thanks again, and remember, if I can make it, you can too.